Good morning, everybody. Time is 7:42. This is one of the most important and pressing and sometimes stress-inducing questions a parent can ask themselves: which daycare is right for my child? Here to take us through it is Leslie Wilson. She is with We Watch Daycare Systems Incorporated. Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning, Dina.
And you say it all starts with understanding and knowing full well what your child's personality is like and to tailor it to that. So how so?
Oh, absolutely. I think that for most mums, they've spent a year on mat leave, so they have to get used to their child's likes and dislikes, if they like to be in a small group, if they're nervous around strangers, and what you've been like on your mat leave. Have you been out a lot? Have you stayed at home? What your routine is like.
Try and keep it similar for them.
Absolutely.
So that they're more comfortable. And
Absolutely.
how do you know if it's a safe place to keep your children?
You know, all daycare in Ontario, if it's licensed, is regulated. So there's two types of licensed daycare in Ontario. There's daycare centres and there's private home daycare. So if you're choosing a licensed environment, you will know that the safety precautions have all been taken. They're always checked, double-checked, triple-checked on a regular basis. If you're going out on your own, then it's up to you to make your own checks.
And you say there's warning signs. Sometimes the children will tell you. They just need to be asked, you know, how are things doing there? Are there any problems? Rather than not talking about it and hoping that if something's going wrong, you'd see signs. Maybe it's nothing that shows. So what sorts of questions would you ask the kids?
Well, you have to be careful because for the first part of childcare, your child's going to be nonverbal. So you have to rely on, are they happy when you pick them up? A lot of times they're not happy when you drop them off. There's the separation that you go through. But they should be happy when you pick them up. And usually there's going to be a settling in period. Typically we find on Mondays it's tough. By the time it rolls around to Friday, your child should be a lot happier. And that could go on for a couple of weeks. If it goes on much longer than that, you may want to have a look and see what's wrong.
And there's two schools of thought. I know that if you have a very shy child, let's say they're the first, the eldest, and maybe you're pregnant again or whatever, what happens? Some people say, you know, make sure they're in a smaller group. Others say, no, encourage them to go into a larger daycare because that's how you will bring them out so that they become more extroverted.
Yes and no. Obviously, we're private home daycare. We believe the smaller groups are more important for the child's development early on. The routines can be flexible, and we can adapt to a child's mood for a day. If they're, you know, not feeling the greatest, we can adapt the schedule. Daycare centers are great, but they have to have more routine because they have a larger group.
Yeah. You also talk about staff turnover. If you see that there's a lot of people coming and going and there's new faces all the time, that should be a red flag.
Absolutely. I think that, you know, it can be very alarming when you pick your child up or drop your child off on a Monday and all of a sudden you have a new face in the room that your child is in. And it can be, there's no time to prep your child for that. Again, private home, you're always going to know who you're going to meet on the Monday because it's your regular provider.
Okay, and when in doubt, references, you can't go wrong.
Absolutely.
It's good as gold.
Always ask for references, always ask for references of current people, past people. They should have no problems giving you references. If they do, that should be a warning sign right there.
Yeah, for more information, WeWatch.com. So it's W-E-E as in little wee ones. WeWatch.com, or head on over to our website, breakfasttelevision.ca. Peace of mind is key when it comes to that for sure. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Dina.
Over to Kevin Frankish in the newsroom. Hey, Kev.